Now the story for Jurassic Park, the game. The story here is split up into 4 episodes, and right in the beginning, it takes place right in the middle of the first Jurassic Park movie where Nedry Newman, in the first movie, loses the can of dinosaur embryos and he gets, of course, killed. Spoiler. But he gets killed, and he loses the shaving cream can, which actually is a dispenser for the dinosaur embryos. And right in the beginning, you play as a couple of people looking for Nedry and trying to get the embryos back. And right after that, stuff happens. Storm happens. All the gates that are supposed to contain the dinosaurs are, of course, down, and everybody's out of the island, and you are stuck there with a bunch of other people, including a veterinarian on the island who has his daughter with him. A couple of mercenaries come to rescue the people, and of course the two that are trying to, of course, get the embryos back. So the whole story is pretty much you trying to escape the island with a bunch of other people that you don't even know. So that's pretty much the story of Jurassic Park. I will say this, the story here is very classic, and I think it's great. I really do. And the characters in this game are very, very likable. They really are. So there you go. The story here is great in my opinion. Let's go on to the sound. Now the sound. Let's talk about the voice acting first. The voice acting in this game is actually damn good. It really is. Every character sounds very memorable, very great. Everybody does great with their lines, their dialogue. The dialogue itself is actually great. The voice acting, for the most part, there might be a couple people here and there that don't do all that great. I mean, there's not that many characters, but there maybe be one or two very, very small characters that don't do great. But for the most part, the voice acting is great. The sound design takes a little bit of a hit, though, because some of the sound design for some reason just glitches out. I mean, you'll hear things and then out of nowhere when you're supposed to hear things, it either glitches out and it'll come back in once in a while and then go back out, or you just won't hear anything at all. So the sound design isn't all that great, but the soundtrack is really good because, of course, you have the John Williams song from Jurassic Park, the theme, which is one of my favorite themes of all time, and they use it pretty damn good in this game. So overall, I really like the sound. It's not great, but it is really good. So let's go on to the graphics. Now the graphics for Jurassic Park, the video game. Now there is some problems with the graphics. I mean, a lot of problems. Many people have been saying, oh my god, there's some of the worst graphics ever, blah, 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 blah. It looks like a 2002 game, blah, 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 blah. And I gotta say, no, that's completely wrong. There is some really good stuff in the graphics. The character models, for the most part, look really, really good for all the main characters, at least. Some of the dinosaurs look not very well detailed, but they look good enough for me to go, yeah, I'm kind of scared of that. And the animations are really, really good. Now, environments. Environments look bad, for the most part, at least. Some environments just look like if there's a tree in the environment, it looks like a piece of paper with a tree texture, and it's a very blurry texture. It's not even a good texture. So there's some really bad environments. Some animations are pretty wonky, and some character models, including dinosaurs, look pretty not up to snuff, I would say. But for the most part, it's not a terrible game, a looking game. It's a very mediocre looking one. And also, this is a budget title. It's an episodic game on the PC. So you gotta, come on. It's not that terrible. Okay, so there you go. There's the graphics. Let's go on to the gameplay. Now the gameplay. Let me ask you 2 questions. Did you like Heavy Rain? Did you like Jurassic Park the movie? If you did, then that's exactly what you're getting with the gameplay, because this is all quick time events in this whole game, and sometimes sporadically you'll have to do a couple of puzzles here and there where you pretty much have to press buttons to do, and that's pretty much it. That's the gameplay for Jurassic Park. And to some people, they'll be like, oh god, another game like this? There's not that many games out there, really. I mean, Heavy Rain, that's really about it. Maybe a couple other games here and there. But for the most part, there's not that many games out there, and not that many that is as cinematic as this game and Heavy Rain was. Here, you'll definitely notice some of the graphics, I mean, like I said before, aren't that great, so it might not look cinematic to you, but if you're feeling tense while playing this because dinosaurs are chasing your ass and you're pressing buttons and you don't want to freaking screw up the next one, to me, that's cinematic, and it does a great job here. Like, you'll just be in a part where you're running from a T-Rex, which happens like 4 times in this game, and you're freaking pressing buttons and stuff, and if you screw up like once, you're dead. And it's like, oh god, it's so tense. It really is. It brings up some really great set pieces. It really does. Now the puzzles in the game, there is a few puzzles here and there. They're not that great. There's a couple that are actually pretty smart and well thought out, but for the most part, they're not all that great. They feel like they're an afterthought. but at least they tried to add something else to the gameplay besides just you trying to run away from dinosaurs while pressing B and X and stuff. So I commend them for that. At least they did something different. Also, you also get, of course, dialogue in the game, which you can talk to different characters throughout the game. There's about 7 or 8 main characters in the game, and you get to talk to them a lot, get to know more about them. There's actually one part in the game where just 2 characters are talking, and you get to know so much about those characters. And I love little parts like that. Maybe people will be like, "Oh, I just want to run away from some dinosaurs. Screw this." But me, I was like, yeah, slow moments like this is why I love Jurassic Park. I mean, the dinosaurs were great, but the characters were great also. And there's no difference between this game and the first movie. I mean, it's not even close to as good as the movie. There's a lot of technical problems, but for the most part, it's a damn good game. So anyway, there's my review for Jurassic Park the game. Only play it if you like interactive movies and Jurassic Park. Thank you, and goodbye.